Hey, Ursula here. How you doing? It's evening, the sun is going down, and we're just looking on this splendid site of alliums and really late blooming tulips that the deer seem to have left alone. Today we're going to go take a look at a new area I'm starting to work on. It's very slow, it's going to take years, but we're permaculturing behind the garage. Starting with some native species hazelnuts from Cliffside Permaculture. I got those in the ground. I got a persimmon tree in the ground. I have yet to get the currant bush in, and I'm very happy to say I have a lemon balm already up there. So let's take a look at what I've done up there. All right, this is the tree that's making this possible. It lost two big giant limbs across my backyard and also onto my garage 2 different times. And now that this is west. Now that there's sun coming in here in the afternoons, there's possibility of putting more things in here. Right now, it's just a dream. There's a lot of work to do. This is the first hazelnut, and the wire is here because there's a rabbit den up here, and they will chew on this. Well, they might not. We'll see. This one has the wire around it. I don't have any other plants. I have a wood pile here left over from the tree, and what I've done is sheet mulch this. I put cardboard down and then dumped sawdust on it. Those are some of the limbs yet. I've got to get the burdock out. This is quite a mess yet. So this is more of a before picture. We'll see what happens at the end of the year and into next year. In this area right here, there's a set of steps the neighbor gave me in case I need, in case I get a camper. And right at the corner here, I want to put a native clove currant bush. That's where I've got that one slated to go. I need to come up here though first and check the sunlight to see if that spot actually gets enough light. And then in this mess here, the burdock has got to go. Forsythia's got to go, although I'm not sure you can actually kill a forsythia. You can only trim it back. This is where another persimmon is going to go, so that the one on this side has a companion. Then I've got to weed whack this grass back and probably add a swale back here. Thinking I'll add a swale and then next spring put in some hostas all the way down the line inside the swale. Just because it'll give the deer something to eat, and I have way too many hostas. So that's a thought. The daffodils are hiding in amongst the lily of the valley. Those need to get moved around the base of that tree. This one I just put in tonight. It needs a fence around it, but I put garlic chives. Yeah, I can speak English. Garlic chives around this one to keep the grass from overgrowing it. And then I put in a post in case the neighbor gets ambitious with weed whacking. So that'll get a circle around it. This one, the persimmon, has tomato cages around it to protect it. And then the other thing I brought up here that I thought looks really nice is a hellebore. And this is going to be kind of a native species garden back here. I might pick up some trilliums and some other plants that are native to the area. I might even, if this takes off, move some of the bloodroot from the front yard up here. Wearing gloves, of course, because that stuff is nasty. It'll burn your skin. And then that mess in the corner there is going to become a compost pile. So I'm going to put 3 pallets together in the shape of a U and start taking all the vegetation that we cut back and just putting it in there and letting it compost on its own. So that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to show you what already exists up here. That's a Rose of Sharon. That's on the neighbor's property. I planted the Lily of the Valley. I never thought it would love it so much up here, but it does. There's a rose bush that is all over our yard. We have lots of these. They were apparently all the vogue in the late 1920s. It's a very, very red rose. It makes wonderful dried petals and jellies, and even red rose wine. So that's what we've got going on up here. I also planted some sweet woodruff at one point in time, and it's still here. So I'm going to try and preserve some of that and let that grow too, even though that's not a native species. So there you have it. That's what's going on. So the goal is to make it a lovely little space, kind of hidden behind the garage here. So with 2 trees across the entrance, maybe their leaves touching, shrubbery along the rock wall. This is a retaining wall. Since the tree fell on it, some of it actually fell down, so that may need to get addressed. But yeah, I think it's going to be good. Stay tuned and see how it turns out. This is a long-term project, so keep following. Have a good night, everybody.